This is a trauma-sensitive mindful walking exercise. For many trauma survivors and people with anxiety, movement meditations can be more approachable and effective than sitting meditations, as it provides an opportunity to focus the attention on movement rather than on internal experiences, which can sometimes be triggering. This walking meditation can be carried out in different ways. For example, you can try to be mindful of your walking as you go about your business at a normal walking pace. On the other hand, you can also try to intentionally slow down your pace of walking, sometimes even very slowly at about one step for every 20 to 30 seconds. And that might sound kind of odd, but it can be a very interesting experience, worth trying at least once. Walking is something many of us take for granted, just like breathing. It has many aspects to it, which makes it a great activity for practicing mindfulness. The goal of this mindfulness practice is to increase your ability to be in the present moment and to do so without judgment. Choose a place to walk where you can focus on your movement without any distraction or interruption. You may choose to walk outside in a private or a public area. Or you may also choose an indoor walking path, and that's fine too. You can make use of a small space too, a space that has at least 10 to 30 paces long to walk around in. So to begin this practice, just stand for a moment and feel the breath moving in and out of your body. Notice your feet making contact with the ground supporting your feet and your legs supporting the rest of your body. And when you're ready, begin by lifting one leg up and moving it forward to begin walking. If you can walk a little bit slower than your normal pace, it may help you attend to the many sensations that are involved in walking. With each new step, notice where your foot first makes contact with the ground. What part of your foot first makes contact with the ground? Notice how more of the foot gradually makes contact with the ground over time. Be aware of how the weight shifts from one part of the foot to many areas of the foot. Over time, as your body moves forward, the weight begins to shift away from the back foot onto the front of the foot. And just notice what part of the back foot first leaves the ground. And just pay attention to the process of your foot leaving the ground without really even having to think about it. Notice how the weight shifts from one part of the foot to another, and then as you step with the other foot, the process of taking your weight from one foot to another. You might notice sensations such as stretching, bending, tensing, and relaxing at different times. And just with each step, notice all the sensations in your feet as you walk. Noticing all the joints and the bones involved in your feet that help support you as you propel your motion forward. And as is likely, your mind will wander. You may start thinking about things that you see, smell, feel, or hear. You may have memories or thoughts about the future. And as those things come up, just notice them and then, with kindness to yourself, bring your attention back to the physical sensations of walking. If at any point in this meditation uncomfortable emotions arise, anxiety arises, or you feel outside of the window of tolerance, use one of the modifications that you've learned, such as turning the attention to an external object of focus, perhaps a sound or a sight. Then wait until you're ready to come back to those internal physical sensations of walking. Always being gentle and kind with yourself. No need to rush the process. Next, bring your attention to your legs. Notice the bending in your knees with each step that you take, and then gradually a straightening of the leg at the knee. And just spend some time noticing the bending that occurs at the hips with each step that you take. Notice the muscles that work to pull and push your legs forward. Notice your leg lifting and being put down with each step. And while you continue walking for the next minute or so, notice the changes in your legs as you take each step. And notice any other physical sensations that you have as you walk. And now bring your attention to your whole body as you walk. And just notice any shifting or turning in your hips. If walking at a more normal pace, notice your arms as they swing back and forth as you walk. Notice any slight changes in your body, maybe in the shoulders, the neck, or the head. Just really feel what it is like to walk by keeping your attention on all the physical sensations that are occurring. You may continue this practice for as long as you would like while you're walking, and you can expand your awareness to your other senses, noticing what you see, what you smell, what you hear and feel or taste. But try to stick with what is happening right now as you walk. And when your mind wanders to the future or the past, just bring your attention back to any of those sensations. Mindful walking is a good way to practice mindfulness while taking care of daily tasks at home or at work. This practice just builds your ability to stay in the present moment. This concludes the walking meditation.